I touched your phone. Do you know what that means?
It's time for another Shock and Awe Tour Reviews episode.
Yeah!
This is SH Figuarts Full Power Frieza, obviously from Dragon Ball. I don't like Frieza, honestly. The best Frieza is Dead Frieza, much like Bumblebee. Second best...
Bumblebee.
Yes. Orangelo. So the second best Frieza is when he accidentally cuts himself in half with his own stupid powers, which is what these things are. So this is just before that. This does not break in half to my knowledge, and I'm not going to pull an Usagi Yojimbo. No, that does not come apart. I'm sorry.
Et tu, Brute.
But, so Full Power Frieza was the first time that I saw him in the manga when I bought whatever that volume was at that Japanese mall, however many years ago, 1997.
Dear God.
Yeah. Anyway, it is well painted. There's a subtle blueness to the musculature. He's obviously quite shiny in all of the purple parts. This is where his tail is cut off, and so it just looks...
Is that what his tail looks like when it's cut off? It's not like a steak?
Cauterized, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
For Wilson, who's not here tonight, I would like to say that I like the veins on his tail.
Makes sense. And checks out. Yeah, so he looks good. He is rather short, as Friezas are.
Friezas?
He comes in multiple forms. There's like, wow, that's ridiculous. He's got like 5 or 7 different forms. I don't remember. They just keep adding more. So yeah, he has a form or two that's rather tall, but in his final form, he's short.
Okay.
So he looks right. He also comes with a metric ton of accessories, as you would expect.
He's got some nice toenails going on there. Very Caleb Williams, for those in the know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he comes with a set of hands that come with peg holes so that you can peg the energy effects into them, and then he can dual hand energy effects. He's got this optional face for Goku.
What? Oh, okay.
So that's a mid getting punched in the face.
That is probably the accessory of the year, if I remember. Punched in face.
He has a couple of additional feet, swappable feet, so that you can pose him on some rocks, perchance, if you have those.
Did we review a guy who had weird feet like that?
His brother, Cooler.
Hashtag don't know Dragon Ball.
Boop. He's got a couple of...
Judo chop.
Yeah, but with the bent... It's supposed to be energy effect hands, except there's no energy effect, so it's like pre-blast.
Do you have to buy a guy to get the energy effect?
These are Ziploc bag hands. That's what those are. Got a couple of splayed hands, so you know. And as always, there's a couple of grabby hands.
Yeah.
The best part, I think, are the alternate heads. So there are 3 alternate heads, gritting teeth. Obviously, it's Dragon Ball. You gotta have some gritting teeth.
You think Rob Liefeld stole gritting teeth from Dragon Ball?
I don't think so. I'm gonna say no.
When did Dragon?
That's a.
Or did Dragon Ball steal gritting teeth from Rob Liefeld?
Maybe. So even more gritting teeth. Less squinty eye on this one. This one has got one squinty eye. And then again, Dragon Ball, the screaming face.
And his looking at his nose. There's a bug on his nose.
Yep. Yeah, those eyes.
Did he get kicked in the nuts? Is that the face he makes when he cuts himself in half?
That's good. Yeah.
He really cuts himself in half?
Yeah.
Watch out, Frieza! Stay down! No, it can't be!
Does he show up for multiple episodes just floating in the background?
I think at that point it's just one more episode, but
That would be my thing. I'd just have his corpse slowly rotting away as he floats around, a little more shit bleeding out.
he was a shitbag for at least another episode.
Okay.
Like Frieza's terrible. just an awful, terrible character. He was not a whiny villain.
Oh.
Conversation pending.
Dun, dun, dun. But did he ever have a full tail in this form?
I don't remember when it got cut off. Possibly I think it was before he. So this is him at 100%. I think it gets cut off before he's this bulked up, when he's in his thinner form. But it's been a long time. I can't remember specifically.
Okay. I won't hold you to it. I was just asking if there would one day be an upgrade kit so you could finish his tail.
I hope there's an upgrade kit so that you can snap him in half and then have a bloody stump. Storm Collectibles would do that.
Yeah.
So the one thing we haven't gone over yet is articulation, and he has, I would say, standard Figuarts articulation. He's got double jointed knees. He's got the weird hips where it's multiple layers. There's
I have a question about the hips.
decent range on the ankles, which is good. What about the hips?
So, if you maneuver them around, you can get the top of the hip underneath the underwear.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it goes on top. It
Yeah.
doesn't get as much range.
Right.
Does that annoy you? That you have to waggle it around? Or is that something you're used to because it's what they do in Dragon Ball?
On a related note, if you articulate, you can also get his abs outside of the diaper piece. You could also gap up the neck pretty bad. So, all of that is annoying. The hips thing is fixable. But, yeah, ideally, it shouldn't do that.
Because we talked about, we looked at the Kong, who had movable sections all over the place.
Right.
And were just loose floating pieces.
The forearm crushes into the very large bicep. But the shoulders have good range. Can hunch over a bit. And the tail is actually a separate piece. It just plugs into his buttocks. And it's a hinge and swivel. So that goes all over wherever is not long enough to be a tripod.
It's very phallic. It's driving me nuts.
Veins.
Where are you, Wilson?
Veins!
He tried just the tip and it got cut off.
Final thoughts?
From what I remember of the show, he's great. The fact that you could actually pull him apart if you wanted to. It's a ball peg. If you wanted to heat him, I'm sure it'd pop off and you can do that. I want to recommend it. He looks great. The tail bothers me. Even if that's
its shape and veininess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just so flat. And needs to be rubbed and...
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just... I think he's great. I don't know. Do we still rate things? I forget. Four hammers.
Okay. I wish he came with a stand, because he's primarily known, I would say, iconically in this pose as his powering up, and he can't achieve that without a stand. I probably have some spare stands, but a stand would have been nice. For $85.
Holy shit.
Does that change anything for you?
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
Wow, $85?
Yeah.
Aren't they the guys who usually, if it's a smaller guy, are slightly cheaper?
Yeah.
And if he's a bigger guy, he's more expensive?
Kinda.
Well, a huge variance, but...
Yeah.
He seems really expensive at $85.
He seems expensive. I think part of it is non-reuse, because I don't think they can do anything else with this body, whereas you can get $35 Gokus because they've just used that mold so many times.
You're telling me that they can't reuse these muscle biceps?
Probably not.
Really?
I mean...
They look straight up Dragon Ball Z muscles.
Yeah. But it's only a bicep. The rest of him's very specifically Frieza.
Okay.
I'm going to go 4 hammers I think it's very good. It did take a while to get him into this stand, but I think that's somewhat ankle limitation as far as leaning forward, so up.
Is this a challenge?
No. I don't want you to show me up.
Okay.
But yeah, he's good. There's a good number of accessories. I will definitely be swapping out the head, and I'll get him posed whenever I set up my Dragon Ball display again, and he'll be fine. He'll be good, and I will forget how much I paid for him.
$80.
$85.
Plus shipping?
Probably. Yeah,
Oh my god.
probably.
He's the best.
Yeah, 100%.
Full front.
Full power. That's been it for this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. Drop us mail call.
Say hi to Winston for us.